Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable. I'm Justin.
I'm Jalen.
And for this episode, we're going to be getting into the final exam card that's going down on October 30th in the
Fort
Washington,
Washington,
the
yeah.
Fort Washington area. It's sort of like the rookies versus vets card that we seen, a couple years back with Shotgun Suge and the Saga,
Mm-hmm.
Chess and DNA, and matchups like that. So they're kind of bringing it back. These are a lot of the members of the Crucible, on the card. Some of the best performers of the last Crucible. I believe it was like season 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So now they're gonna be put to the test. When you first seen the matchups on the card, how'd you feel about the card overall?
Um Overall I'm kind of surprised about like the vets that they picked to for this card for instance like King Clean Paper, Chef Trez and all of them. But it kind of makes sense because recently they signed those contracts or whatever, so I kind of understand why they're on the card now. But it's kind of interesting to see like it's like their rebirth into the URL against the newer talent, and shout out to the newer talent as well. Like I caught a little glimpse of them before once the card was announced. I caught like little glimpses of them, try to check them out before the card started. Some of them are pretty solid, so I definitely want to see how they pan out.
Right. So we can definitely just dive right into some of these matchups. I guess we could just start with Chess and Solar Flare.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last time we seen Chess, it just was not one of the best Chess performances. He ended up stumbling, choking, partially throwing up
Mm-hmm.
on the stage versus Shotgun Shook on Summer Madness. So now he is on the final exam card taking on Solar Flare. We seen Solar Flare, or the last time I seen Solar Flare was also on that Summer Madness card to where he opened up a lot of people like, who the hell are these two
Mm-hmm.
people? Shout out to him and Zeta Dropout for kicking off the night. And the consensus was that Solar Flare had the better performance. I would also say so myself. I
Yeah.
think the way he set up his punches and lands some of those bars are very powerful. And I think we got a glimpse of that on the Summer Madness stage.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's going up against Chess, who's kind of on, I guess you can say, a revenge tour. He's here to redeem himself.
Yeah.
But let me just start off by asking you: did Chess have to take this battle?
Have to.
Because I don't mean to, before you go, because you already know the fans. A lot of fans are gonna be like, like he got demoted,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to take this battle, and the Euro put him on a timeout. Whatever the fans are gonna say, but the Chess have to take this battle.
Um, have to is a strong word, but I feel like it's very needed for him to take this battle more so because we don't want him to get into another situation where he's on stage again and another instance happen. Maybe like this is like a smaller sample size card for him. He is a main event on the card, so I guess that is a plus as well. And he's getting a scope of the new talent, so I would say, yeah, in a sense, it was needed for Chess to take this battle, and he has to have to take this battle because he has to redeem himself and has to get that memory of the Shotgun Shook battle out of our heads quick. So if he performs very well, in this instance, I feel like it kind of will trace back, the Shotgun Shook battle a little bit, maybe.
All right, all right. So when it comes to his opponent, Solar Flare, like I said, we seen him on that Summer Madness stage.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see, on that stage that you feel could be a problem for Chess?
I feel like he's very level. He even when he was on stage against
Zeta dropout.
easy to drop out, very composed, confident in his material. He's like, yeah, let him rap, and then I'm just getting my shit off type shit. So he's very composed, confident in his material, the way he performs. I like even prior when I was scoping him out on YouTube and everything. I think he battled Foots or whatever. The one that's going against Luke Castro. His wordplay is very underrated as too. He has strong wordplay, and I feel like Chess is in that area of wordplay as well. He's very high level at that. So it's definitely an interesting battle to see how it pans out. Also I like something small I feel like is the vocal projection and like the way he delivers his material, I feel like he's very loud and he's very potent, and sells his bar a little bit more. So yeah, those are just some attributes from Solar Flare. Wait, yeah, so Flare Soul.
Oh my
Yeah,
fault.
so
I'm
Flare
saying solar
Soul.
flare like that.
Yeah,
Like that's not a joke or anything. I'm just
yeah.
listen. Let me know. Hold on. Let me just get this out the way. I have all the quote unquote vets winning on this card. I'm not too
Yeah.
familiar with a lot of them. Like I tried to watch some footage
Mhm.
of some of them. I think they're okay. I think they could definitely rap. But are they gonna beat their respected opponents? They would have to show me. So I'm not gonna
Mhm.
have them winning in any of these matchups.
Mm.
I just feel like they're just gonna have to show me.
Okay.
So even when it comes to the Solar Flare, I guess I've seen the most of him out of all the rest of the rookies on the
Mhm.
card. Can he beat Chess? Sure, but I don't think he'll win if Chess is on his shit, quote unquote. If Chess
Mhm.
is on 100, I just don't think Saflair Soul
Mhm.
will win the matchup. But I think out of anyone on the card, he does have the most potential to be a star. So
Okay.
shout out to him. I seen the interview he had on Breakfast with the Champ with DNA. He definitely is very confident. He's saying he's not the type of person to get that bounce back win off of.
Mhm.
He knows the type of test that's in front of him and he's gonna write accordingly. So shout out to him. But in my humble opinion, I will have Chess winning this battle with the gentleman's 30.
Okay. I have Trash winning 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
So if you have Saflair Soul winning around, which round would it be though?
Probably the first.
The first round, based off what though, like like a
I
sort of a shock factor or something like that.
Yeah, more so, yeah. And I feel Chess is gonna more so right up, and yeah.
All right, all right. And just real quick before we move on to the next, if Chess just hypothetically was to mess up in this battle, then what happens to Chess?
I feel
Like
yeah.
how important is this battle for Chess, even though the opponent may be a lower rank?
Yeah, it is very important, especially because all eyes is on the fuck up. So I feel like we at this point he definitely knows, like, he cannot do it. So it is very important for him to really execute 3 rounds and not even like choke. Like, it has to be all clean. So it's very important.
All right, all right. Moving to the next battle on the card, we got Loso versus Klutz.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Loso in a little while. What I want to say, what's his last URL battle? Arsenal? Like, I'm not sure when was the last time
Yeah.
he battled on the URL. It's been a little bit of a hiatus for him.
Yeah.
I am glad to see him back. I think Lusso is one of the more underrated people in the URL. I
Mm-hmm.
feel he can do a little bit of everything. I just think he falls into the category that he's just kind of hard to market at times because he doesn't do the back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
He's not in the spaces. You don't see him in too many interviews and things like that. So I think that's why sometimes he's kind of put to the back burner. But I think Loso is definitely one of the better all around battlers in the Euro, but he's going up against Klutz,
Mm-hmm.
someone that is very, very hungry. I seen the promo that he was doing leading up to the battle. I
Mm-hmm.
feel it was very creative. But I feel like Loso even just accepted this battle because he has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's gonna come very, very well prepared. I
Mm-hmm.
think overall it will be a good battle. But like I said, I have all the vets winning on this card. So I also will have Loso winning this battle, whether it be a 2-1 or a 3-0. But
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Klutz.
Yeah.
Um, I definitely think he does have a good pen, but he's just gonna have to prove to me he could hang with someone like Loso. How
Yeah.
do you feel?
I kind of this is kind of one of the battles I feel like it makes sense, but in a sense I feel um Clutch is kind of similar to Loso. I feel like when I was watching it, I'm just like, they kind of rap similar, like the pace and the pace and speed that they rap at, and kind of like the little, like not mannerisms, but kind of the style of rapping more so. But I feel like, you feel me, Loso is literally like, it's like you can't copy Loso. Like, it's like Loso's. I have Loso winning the battle, but I feel like, you feel me, it's like a little carbon copy of Loso in a sense a little bit. But I kind of get what the battle makes sense. But I Klutz, he's like entertaining in a sense. I guess he's like one of those like he could rap, but also kind of like make a joke in between his bars too. So he has that element as well. That's strong. Wordplay is decent. I was watching one of his battles with he was talking about the made in China and then the made in China. I'm like okay, you feel me? Like he has some skill or some wordplay and knowing how to rap. But I feel like everything that he does, I feel like Loso does it better at a high rate.
Yeah, like I did see one of his battles. I'm forgetting who he faced. It was sort of in a small room setting.
Mm-hmm.
It was dropped about a year ago. He's just gonna need to just be a little more, have a little more conviction in his
Yeah,
rap. From what
yeah.
I seen,
Mm-hmm.
he just seemed real laid back and just trying to play it cool. But
Mm-hmm.
Loso definitely will bark on you, and he definitely has that strong vocal projection. So I think that could be the difference in the battle. So
Mm-hmm.
Klutz, you're gonna have to just be a little more pause on Loso's neck. Like you're just gonna have to be, because like I said, I don't think Loso's gonna come into this battle playing at all. I think he's gonna want to make a point that he should be a little bit more heavier in the Euro rotation.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to Klutz. Moving on to the next battle, though, we got the return of Clean Paper back on the Euro versus Ease. Now, I'm very happy to see Clean Paper back on the Euro. I definitely think he's one of those battlers that his type of Clean Paper's type of, like, I don't want to say delivery, but like just his archetype as a battler, I feel fits the Euro of what they're trying to sell.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has that drug talk. He
Mm-hmm.
definitely has the aggressiveness. He definitely has that street talk. Like you said earlier, he's one of those people who signed that 2 year deal. So
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely good to see him back. But I think this battle could be maybe one of the closer battles on the card, because I don't know how serious Clean Paper is going to take the matchup, though. We
Mm-hmm.
definitely seen in the past sometimes when Clean Paper gets a matchup that I guess he feels isn't that big or important to him, he definitely takes his foot off the gas pedal a little bit. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel this is the type of matchup where he shouldn't do that, because, like I said, these are young and hungry rookies on the card that are looking to make their name off their opponent's name.
Yeah.
So they get a Clean Paper in front of them, they're gonna write accordingly. I hope that Clean Paper is writing accordingly as well. I seen him on Angry Fan talking about the battle. He said when Pete called him, he didn't even know who the guy was. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping that he did his research. Like I said, if I had to pick a winner, I'm still gonna go Clean Paper 2-1 clear. But I would not be surprised if Ease did win the battle,
Mm-hmm.
just based off the fact I'm not sure how serious Clean Paper is going to take it. That's what I'm just gonna have to see. How do you feel about the matchup?
Yeah, I feel like similar to your point, I feel like this battle is it could go either way on both ends, but I feel like it's not for good reasons. I feel I was watching Ease versus like Swave Seven Ace. And Ease takes too long to get to his punch. Like he kind of drags it out, and it kind of takes too long for him to really sell his punchline, which was kind of like a no for me. Like kind of watching it, I'm like, if he's going against Clean Paper, he's gonna have to, especially if you know URL, you're gonna have to like give us the bars quick. You feel me? And especially if you're in the crowd, they're not gonna be waiting for that long. You feel me? And especially the caffeine, you're dealing with a wide fan base here, so you got to get to your punches quick. You got to get to your highlights quick. Get to your highlights quick more so on Clean Paper's end. I am more confident in Clean Paper in his skill set, but I feel like more so Clean Paper has the capability sometimes to fall flat in his material. It feels like it's either hit and miss with him. And when he's like missing, it kind of misses consecutively, and it kind of takes a long time for him to really get back and warm up. So I feel on both sides they have the capability of falling flat. I have Clean Paper because I feel like it's a more reliable decision. I haven't seen too much Ease. I only seen Ease versus like Sway Safa, and like I said, he was just taking too long to get to a punch. Also, he has an accent similar to Swamp, so it's like it's kind of funny watching, but it's like it's kind of unique in a way because we don't have too many people with accents, and he's also from the South, so it's like you feel me. Maybe that could play into him possibly winning the battle just off the fact that it's something unique and something like specific to him. So maybe he could showcase something that's different. But I more so have clean paper. More so, I'm confident in his material. I feel like he's a better, like, well, I'm not gonna say a better, but I feel like I have more faith in his punching ability and the rate at which he's gonna execute his bars.
Right. Moving on to the next battle, we got Lou Castro versus Foots. I said this in previous videos that we did. A lot of the battlers are calling Lou Castro Luz Castro.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you feel like ever since the Arsenal battle, he's kind of been on a down spiral. He hasn't really been winning any battles clear and at the best or debatable.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta see this one. I think this one could also be one of those ones that maybe could go either way. Lou Castro also has the battle with Don Lady on the
Mm-hmm.
prom night card. So I'm not sure how much of an effect is that gonna have for him in this battle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're both sort of performers in a sense.
Yeah.
Foots is definitely one of the more entertaining rookies that are in this class.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still gonna go with Lou Castro. I feel that Lou Castro has just faced tougher competition, so he's just a little more battle tested.
Yeah.
Foots is definitely gonna have to show that he can just hang in there with a Lou Castro. Now, like I said previously, Foots is definitely a great performer, but
Mm-hmm.
you're definitely just gonna have to have the bars to back it up. Like we seen Lou Castro this year in front of a Charlie Clipson have one of his best performances, and if it wasn't Clips, he definitely probably would have just won his matchup.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Foots, like I said, I haven't seen too much of him, but from the clips I did see, he definitely just has the performance aspect to his bar. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a great style clash between him and Lou Castro, but I'm just gonna have to go Lou Castro. Gentleman sturdy. How do you add the battle?
Foots. Like I said, I watched Foots versus LaFleur. So, solid, solid performance. I can't say his material fall flat, but I feel like against Lou Castro, you're definitely gonna have to punch at a higher rate. Your material is gonna have to execute way quicker. Um, Random fact: Foots is a brolic ass nigga. So you got I kind of see what they kind of try to do here, and he is entertaining in fact too. So um, I feel like he is kind of similar to Lou Castro because they both their their strongest attribute is punching. I wouldn't be surprised if Lou Castro loses the battle, but I don't expect him to lose. I have him winning the battle. I haven't seen him in a while, which is a good thing. So you feel me? It's like more so I'm not expecting what he's gonna say. So I might be surprised at some of the highlights or some of the significant bars that he has or the punchlines of in some of his rounds. So I feel like that's a good thing taking that break so we're not seeing him and then you feel me coming out with a strong performance is definitely gonna up his stock a little bit. So I definitely have Luke Castro winning this battle. But I wouldn't be surprised if Foots has a good performance and steals it from him.
Right. Moving on now to the next battle.
Mm-hmm.
We got Steams versus Hansel.
Mm-hmm.
Now I believe Hansel is down with EFB.
Yeah.
Um, right. So he definitely has that call sign. So I definitely think they're gonna be on him, just making sure his material is up to par. Because Steams is definitely a rider. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe this battle is gonna be, like one of those pen battles where I'm really gonna be listening for that material. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to Steams, Steams has kind of been on the down spiral as well as terms of sort of his URL projection.
Mm-hmm.
Like we even seen in the Your Honor battle earlier this year, his punches just aren't really resonating with the crowd. Now I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if it's the way he's setting it up. I'm not sure if it's the vocal projection. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I feel like it's his pacing. I feel he's not pacing himself correctly, and sometimes that could definitely make the material just harder to digest. So he's definitely gonna have to learn how to be at the right pace so the
Mm-hmm.
crowd is able to accept that material because the material is good. It's just he's not giving it off how the crowd wants it. So he's gonna have to work on that. Now, like I said, he's going against Hansel, who I feel like is a formidable opponent. I feel like this one could actually go 2-1 either way. I'm gonna go with Steams if I had to put money down because, like I just said, he's the
Mm-hmm.
vet in this situation. But I feel like Hansel having the EFB crew, backing him up and making sure his bars and everything is up to par. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's definitely gonna help him out. So, like I said, this could go to one either way. But if I had to choose a winner, I am gonna go Steams 2-1. How do you feel?
For this battle, I got Hansel. Clear to me. I watched the most recent battle I watched from Hansel was him versus Next, and that was like a good battle on both ends. Hansel is very entertaining and potent in his material. Has the confidence. Aggression is on a high. Can angle the fuck out of his opponent. The way he angled Next and like the way like he compared him and real name Brandon like together and then like kind of said like real name they care more about Brandon than they care about you and like how he angled that he's definitely very skilled at that. I like the way he executes his angles, so he definitely has the element of angling, even the punchlining as well. um I can't really quote the bar, but it was one of the bars from the next battle that was like the highlight of the battle. I'm drawing a blank right now, but he definitely has that element of punching. I just like the energy that he brings towards the battle. I feel like it's definitely going to overtake Steams, even though Steams, as we know, it has a great pen, effective writer and everything. I feel like he misses those elements from Hansel because Hansel has that energy and that aggression and that poise to sell those bars to make it hit more and make it land harder. So I feel like he does. He's not. I feel like Hansel is not going to let up on Steams, and he's going to take full opportunity of this battle. So I have Hansel clear 2-1.
All right, all right. Shout out to the both of them. And last but not, well, definitely the last battle on the
Mm-hmm.
car. We got Chef Trez versus Authentic. I definitely appreciated the face off that they had. Shout out to DNA once again.
Mm-hmm.
Authentic seems very confident in the material that he has, and Chef Trez, I feel is very excited to be back on the URL platform. I've been seeing him posting a lot of clips on Instagram of him just in his former battles. I guess just showing that he is in a certain bag right now. I'm gonna have Chef Trez winning this battle. 3-0 clear. I feel he's one of the better riders.
Mm-hmm.
Just in battle rap, he definitely has that freestyle and the rebuttaling ability, and I think those are kind of gonna be the separation in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Chef Trez definitely battle tested, definitely battled on all type of stages, stood in front of the likes of DNA and
Mm-hmm.
Shotgun Suge, so he definitely he definitely knows what he's doing out there. But like I said, Authentic is confident, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
expecting a great fight for him. But I just think Chef Trez just has a lot to prove. It seems like he's caught his second wind in battle rap, and I'm gonna have Chef Trez winning this battle 3-0.
All right. For this battle, I feel like this is gonna be battle of the night. I watched Authentic before, and I watched him versus Rubando, which is like a classic on like it's on the URL page on YouTube. But I already had watched it last year. It came out like around December, November, and both of them was wigging and like. Authentic is crazy in his material, like the way he was flipping Rubando's name, and then he could also talk that drug talk, has that energy like he could clear a lot. He could clear a lot of areas. I feel like he could get into that wordplay back, could get into that punchline back, could get a lot of places. I rather honestly, if for final exams, Chef Trez is a formidable opponent for him, but I feel like I'd rather see him versus Chess because I feel like that's more of a better match to me. But as far as who I got winning the battle, shout out to Chef Travis returning back to the Euro platform. Definitely a skillful opponent, has the ability to freestyle, could clear a lot of areas as well. I feel like he is a little bit stronger than Authentic in like wordplay. I feel like this is gonna be battle of the night because I just like the energy from both. And if I'm picking a winner, I'm gonna go Chef Trez 2-1. Close battle though, but I'm definitely excited to see what Authentic is gonna bring to the table because from what I've seen, I definitely like him. He's probably one of my favorite ones out of all of the rookies in on this card. So definitely excited to see what Authentic is going to bring.
All right, so before we do get out of here, I just want to ask, on both respective sides when it comes to the rookies and the vets, Can you give me, one on each side who you feel has the most to prove on the card?
The most approval on this card.
On each side though. So one
All
for
right,
the
yeah, yeah.
rookies and one for the vet.
So I would definitely have to say. All right, so for the on the vet side, I would say Luke Castro because we haven't seen him in a while, and the last performances, well, we seen like the Charlie Clips performance, and then I forgot the other battle afterwards, but he didn't win that battle as well, and then he was kind of on a cold streak, and then he kind of disappeared. So definitely has a lot to prove. Being that this is his first outing after taking that break, and he cannot respectfully, he cannot lose this battle against a up and comer because basically that Foots is basically gonna just replace you and take your spot. So basically, your spot is on the line right here. You feel me? So he definitely has to win his battle. He has the most to prove. I feel like, and he has to have a strong outing as well. As far as the other side, I feel I'm gonna go authentic because I feel like he's in the most dangerous position to get killed out of everybody. I feel like everybody can possibly get around, but I feel like Chef Trez is so strong of an opponent that he clears a lot of areas. Like I feel like he's the most well-rounded battle rapper out of everybody on the card because he just could touch any spot in battle rap if you wanted to. Like he's really strong in a lot of areas, so it's gonna be hard to get a win. So it's like you feel me. Authentic, it really has to perform his ass off to get a win against Chef Charles because it's gonna be a difficult ass battle for him to win. Because yeah, like I said, Chef Chargers clears a lot of areas, so I feel like he has the toughest opponent. So he has out of everybody, I feel like he has to perform the best to win his battle.
Right. If I was to say so, I would feel on the rookie side that I feel Saflair Soul definitely has the most to prove because I feel he has the highest, projection out of all the rest of the rookies in the class. Like I said, we definitely seen him on that Summer Madness stage and he definitely gave us a glimpse of what he could do. So I feel like there's a lot of writing on the wall for him to definitely have a good performance versus chess. So on the
Mm-hmm.
rookie side, I would definitely say he has the most to prove. And ironically, for the vets, I'm gonna say his opponent Chess
Mm-hmm.
because, like I said to start off the video, he's coming off the Summer Madness performance, and it just was not good. And now you got certain vets, talking about him and it's looking at him now in a different type of light. So I think Chess has to come back and prove that. Well, not even prove, but just remind everyone of what he's able to do with his performance and his bar. So I think that's gonna be, I think that is the most highly anticipated battle on the card. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's the one with the most writing on the wall, and I think that will be battle of the night. But shout out to all the rookies that are on the card. I definitely think they're gonna have to take this probably the most serious in all their respective careers and definitely try to make their name off the opponents that they have. And when it comes to the vets, it's definitely some of them that are from that new 2 year contract like Chef Trez and Clean Paper. So they just gotta, just give us that showing that we're looking for, and then they're gonna move on to bigger and better matchups. And when it comes to like chess, Loso, Steams, Lou Castro, they have, for the most part been in the Euro rotation, but they haven't had, the most dominant of performances. So they definitely gotta come and show us what they're capable of. So shout out to everyone on the card. Shout out to the whole URL team for putting this card together. Like
Mm-hmm.
I said, if you're in the Fort Washington area and you're available on the 30th, definitely go out and support. Um, do you have anything else to say?
No, I'm just looking forward to everybody performing more. So that's about it.
Yeah, just be on the lookout. URL definitely posted on their page. They got like like at least like four or five events that are about to go down before the year is done. Like band,
Mm-hmm.
light work battles happened over the weekend. The homecoming card, Civil War,
Mm-hmm.
Smack Volume. I don't know how they're doing all these cards, but they're definitely keeping the culture going. So definitely shout out to the whole team: Smack, Chico, Beasley, Nunu, and everyone affiliated. thank you to all the fans and supporters out there for showing love. Um, yeah, I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say. Yeah, definitely shout out to everybody involved. Definitely like how they pushing the culture now. To end the year off, I feel like it's been kind of dead. We haven't really been receiving battles as frequently. So big shout out to them. Free Sue Surf. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, free to surf, man. Definitely keep him in your best wishes and pray for him. That's it, man.
Yeah, so yeah, that concludes this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we definitely appreciate all feedback involved. Stay tuned.